Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, my name is Mike Cox. I'm the Director of Public Works for the City of Cleveland. One of my responsibilities is recreation. I grew up in the recreation centers in this city. I started out at Lonnie Burton, which was POC when I grew up. Then I went to Woodland Rec. Whatever I do, this is my joy. This is my base. This is where I want to be at all times in Parks and Recreation, although I take care of a lot of other things. But I want to welcome you to the newly renovated E.J. Kovacic Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. As all of you know, this used to be an old bathhouse, and when you came in, it was a bathhouse. It was a bathhouse. Now it's a recreation center for the entire community. So I appreciate you coming out. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but who I want to introduce is a gentleman that has worked for this city and for the citizens of the city for 16 years as the mayor of the city of Cleveland. When I needed something for recreation, I go to him and I say, Mayor, we need some money. Right? We need more money, right? The playground in the back was not in the original drawings. I said, Mayor, we can't do that without a playground. He said, find the money. Now, Mayor's not just got millions of dollars, but he said, find the money. So we're putting in that new playground in the back. It is part of what we've done. So without further information from me, let me introduce you Mayor Frank G. Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. I appreciate that. To follow up on what the director said about bathhouse, I was talking to Director Sprons, and I thought that the bathhouse was designed for people who were homeless to take a bath, Well, what he told me was there was a series of buildings built around 1919, 1920. This was one, Kovacic, Central Bathhouse, Ken Johnson, and Clark. And they were built as bathhouse because of the lack of plumbing. Is that correct? Lack of plumbing, so people had a place to go. People had a place to go. But notice that this building, 1919, and we have 22 recreation centers. 22 recreation centers. There are cities much, much, much larger than us who have population probably in the millions that do not have 22 recreation centers. And I know that when I was a councilman, there was always this conversation around how do we be more efficient about recreation and maybe do a couple of large rec centers and reduce the cost of operation and then we close up the smalls, but we never supported that. And since I've been mayor, we've always invested in recreation centers, whether it was creation of new Collinwood Rec Center, the new JFK, which is now Frederick Douglass Recreation Center out on Miles, the renovation of this. We're renovating Central, Lonnie Burton, and Hamilton. So we are investing in the capital needs of the facility, the building itself. But as you know, buildings are nice, but it's what goes on in them that makes the difference. And that is why we're calling this Neighborhood Family Resource and Recreation Center, because we began to move our recreation staff and invest in our recreation staff so that they can deal with the relevancy of young people today. And that is around the experiences that they're having that many of them results for many of them in post-traumatic stress. They live in toxic environments and they're traumatized on a daily basis. So we've created programs around, and we've hired people to work in our rec centers to be able to specifically identify young people with traumatic symptoms so that we can connect them with services that they need in their families. Also, we're looking at the staff. So all of our staff in the recreation center, from managers on down, even the receptionist, is trained in that area in recognizing trauma. At the same time, we are attempting to upgrade the position of rec instructor and manager by creating certification, which means that every year the managers and the rec instructors have to be certified in their field. So it's a profession now. And you have to be certified. Now, if you don't get certified, you don't get the bump in pay. You get certified, you get a little bit more money, right? But if you fail to get your recertification next year, you lose that money. That's just for the staff people who are here. You know. So we put that in place, and I met a gentleman coming in who said he worked for the city 37 years? 33. 33 here?
He worked here.
At this center. You didn't have that. You didn't have that you just, they just did it by basic experience and working with people. So now we're training our staff to be professional recreation people. Professional. With certification, and for that we are giving them a bump in pay if they maintain their certification. So all this we're doing. Today we're celebrating doing the ribbon cutting of Kovacic, I think, but all this would not happen in the city of Cleveland if you do not have the support of your local council person, because they are key to bringing the relevant issues of their community to the administration, and we are responsible for helping them address those concerns that they have. And your councilman is Mr. Bashir Jones, and I want to introduce him.
First and foremost, we thank God for another day of life, and it's an honor to be here with all of you. And before I give props, I have to start off with Mayor Jackson. You know, I just got into like the political world, but for those who don't know, I graduated from Morehouse College with a history degree. So I'm a historian. I love history. I love studying. You know, people would tell you, my grandma would say, you know, if you want to understand your future, you better know your past. You better know your past. And historically, if you were to look at it, despite what I've said, Mayor Frank Jackson is the greatest mayor that this city has ever seen. Mayor Frank Jackson. And the reason why, if you look at it historically, not only in regards of longevity, but in the things that he was able to accomplish during his time. And the fact that many people who get into this political space and are here for too long end up being escorted in other ways. And the fact that he was able to stay so long and you've never heard of any thing that was embarrassing was amazing. It really is a feat. And for those, if you're not a part of the system, you know, Mayor Jackson, I always talk about how before I became a part of the system, I was always like, you know, leading all the protest director, man. I was, man, down with, you know what I mean, this type of stuff, you know. But when I came a part of it, there's two people who were my greatest teachers within the political field. And that's Marcia Fudge and that's Frank Jackson. And I spent a lot of time with him as a student, asking him many questions, talking to him. And we would just talk and we would just kick it and just have a good time and just you know, and I'm like, man, he come from where I come from. He understands the language of poverty. He understands the language of growing up in a very cloudy place, Cleveland is. Not just environmentally, but sometimes the people are very cloudy, very dark. And you ask, why is it our young people, and adults for that matter, tend to be so cold, even in the summertime? It's because of the things that we experience here in the city. So to be able to traverse through it, to be able to travel through this, it's not easy. And Mayor Jackson, for you to have given, I mean, you know, I'm 37. You've been doing this longer than I've been alive, man. And I don't know how you did it. It's been 4 years for me, and I'm like, listen, I'll see y'all later. I'll talk to y'all another time, man. But for him to do this for this long, man, you've given up everything to serve the people. And unfortunately, it's the very people who will speak the worst about you. So may God bless you on your journey. Thank you for all the work that you've done. Thank you for serving us. You've done so much for people, and they'll never even know it was you, and you did it. And God bless you. And I want to say God bless your team that's here. You know, I've been sitting with Director Sprons and Director Cox. Director Cox gave me my first job. My first job was Director Cox. And, you know, and he sent me over to the Forbes camp or something like that, or I was on Show Wagon back in the day. I'm saying all to say that my experience is a Cleveland experience. I used to walk here from 78th and St. Clair, come see Billy, man. Billy, things he used to do to us. I don't know how he still got a job here with the city, man. I don't know. No, I'm joking. He gave a lot of love, man. This gentleman right here, I remember you, man, being here at Kovacic. I remember you. I used to come here and come swimming. Now, I still don't know how to swim, but I used to come right there and swim, and we didn't have any Vaseline, so I walked back. I was hungry and ashy walking back down to 78, but I used to play for the basketball league here. Kovacic is the neighborhood recreation center, and many of us who didn't have another place to go, we would come here. Even if we had to walk all the way from the other side of St. Clair, which, as you know, Cleveland is a neighborhood city. So we had to fight our way over here and fight our way back. But we found solace inside here. And I want to say for those who have dedicated themselves, thank you. Thank you for your work. And this right here, what the mayor said in my closing, is a lighthouse. It really is. And for the mayor to not just make it about recreation, but this also has an impact on health. It has an impact on our mental. It has an impact on our complete selves. The recreation centers are not just a building. It is a refuge. When I came here, I was hungry. And we would go back, there used to be a little thing right here where you go back and you can get food from the different offices. Like, that was the only food that many of us had ate. So this place is extremely important. And we fought very hard to make it happen, and Director Cox and the team and Director Sprons, and you all did a phenomenal job in making this a reality, man. It looks beautiful, man. Doesn't it look beautiful? If you've been here at Kovacic, this looks amazing. So I can't wait to whoop up on them in basketball up there, man. I can't wait. So as you know, the newly renovated E.J. Kovacic Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center is going to offer numerous recreational programs for the surrounding community for residents of all ages. I'm really also excited about this beautiful facility next door, St. Martin de Porres, that also in this time period was built. But the full exterior restoration of the Cleveland landmark structure, including restored masonry, slate roofing, all new windows and doors, front steps, new mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, completely reconfigured building circulation, including new lobby areas, a new elevator, providing full accessibility. I never even remember it being an elevator, so goodness gracious. I didn't even know it was one. Okay, a renovated gymnasium and pool, an array of recreational and community facilities, large separate fitness and weight rooms, 3 multi-purpose rooms, a community kitchen, a community esports room, an arts room, a resource room, storage room, office spaces, is this site will also, as the mayor talked about, new playground equipment, play surfaces, a splash pad, walkways, site lighting. This is really important. Miss Montana, where you at? Miss Montana is one of our residents here in the area. So not only is this a place for young people, but our recreation center has to be a place that our elders can come and feel welcome as well. The public art component of the project will be installed at a later date, and the park and playground renovations are in progress. I don't know if the architect is here. Is the architect here? Please, if you could stand up, please. Thank you so much. Brandstetter Carroll Inc. Thank you. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Do we have the GC here, the general contractor? If you could stand up, please stand up. R.W. Clark Company Incorporated. Fantastic job. This building, it costs $5.8 million to do, 5.8. So the mayor could have put money anywhere else. He put it right into our community. Give a round of applause to the city for doing that. So thank you, man, to the Mayor's Office of Capital Project, Director Sprons, man. If you could just stand up and just wave your hand in the air like you don't care, man. Thank you. And just, if I can, in closing, all of the administration, if you can stand, well, not you just mayor, but not you mayor, but because I want everybody to clap for you, okay? For the mayor's administration, if you can just stand up, I just want you to look at the administration. Some are already standing. You can stand, it's okay. I know it's St. Clair, but you're good. Come on, we're good. Give a round of applause to them. Because in order to be a great leader, you have to have a great team. And the mayor has a great team. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your work. To the workers, to the staff of Kovacic, are you here? If you can stand up, or you can come this way. Yeah. Kovacic staff. All right. See the commissioner over there, Gibson Center, what's up, man? How you doing? And your team, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And all my residents from Ward 7, where you at? If you can raise your hand in the air like you don't care, yeah. Yeah. So, I thank you so much. It's been an honor to be your council person. And this is a way to get out of this seat. Like, this is a way, if I'm gonna leave this seat, this is a way to leave it. Being able to help see the place that I was raised become a beacon of light for the next generation. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman. I used to be the Commissioner of Recreation way back in the 90s sometime. I forgot saying when it was, right? But till, late. But one day, Tim Roberts was a community leader, and he took care of young men, did he not? He brought this young guy, he brought this kid into my office, and recreation roommate. And the young man was about 7 or 8 years old, and he recited the entire I Have a Dream speech, verbatim. It was dude over here. He recited the whole thing, right? It was amazing to me. That's why I gave him a job. And I was afraid he was going to take mine. So. But I also want to make sure that, did we introduce the architects of record? Did we? Okay. And the design, did we hit everybody, Carter? We hit everybody that's there? And the mayor's team, MoCap team, is there, and I appreciate them. And so I just want to make sure we recognize everyone who was part of this. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cut the ribbon to the new E.J. Kovacic Neighborhood Recreation Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center. I'm old, right? So we're going to do that. Joe, I want you to come up too. Okay, Joe served 33 years right here, E.J. Kovacic. He retired. That's a long time to work in recreation because it just is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I want you to come up here and give you a scissors and we'll cut the ribbon. Mayor, Councilman. No, give him a Joe, you okay? So each of you ready? I'm gonna just count to 3. That's my job.
If it's okay, can I have a couple of the residents come up?
Oh, please.
This is Montana.
Yes, please. Yeah, they can do it.
Come on up, I'm sorry. I'm on Ward 7. If you can Ward 7, come on over. Or if you want to move to Ward 7, just
Let's let Miss Montana. Just get in there. a minute, Joe. Okay. Hey, Joe, don't cut that yet.
And now who's going to do the countdown?
I'm going to do the countdown, man, right here behind you. You guys ready? Ready. 1, 2, 3.